Hey y'all, my name is Brittany Lloyd, and I work here in the greenhouse at BASF, where I've worked since 2012. My job title is Subgroup Leader of Plant Management. So I actually work in the agriculture industry here at BASF. Within the greenhouse, we mostly work on row crops. So you're thinking about crops like cotton, soy, and corn. You'll see those crops in your day-to-day lives, sometimes in a way you'll never realize. So when you think about cotton, you think about your clothes, but money is also made of cotton. Soy is in many of your food products. And who doesn't like a nice piece of corn on the cob, especially in the summertime? But also when you think about corn, we use corn to feed livestock like cows, so you get your beef and your milk from those cows that are fed with that corn. So because I'm more in management, I really do a lot of people and project management, which means I sit at my desk or I'm in meetings most of the time, but my team actually gets to get out in the greenhouse much more than I do, and sometimes in the field. So if you come with me, I'll actually show you out in the greenhouse and show you a little bit about what they do every day. So come on. Hey y'all, now we're out here in the greenhouse, and we said we would talk about what my team does on a daily basis. So they're actually working in these compartments like you see behind me. We're actually growing these soybeans, so this is soybean behind me, to send to field trials here soon. So things that they would do would be plant the seeds, they would grow the plants. To grow those plants, they do things like water. So you'll see a water hose behind me and a watering wand that they would use. A lot of that watering is actually done electronically though, which we'll talk about here in a bit. Other things that they may have to do is prune and trim our plants. So just like in your garden, you may have to do that. So we have pruners and cut-resistant gloves so people don't cut themselves. If you think about a tomato plant in your garden, you have to tie it up as it gets bigger. With our soybean plants, we have to tie them up, and that's exactly what this is a tire. Other things that folks do out here in the greenhouse are do a lot of cleaning. So they'll clean the floors to make sure we don't have algae spots and slip hazards. But a lot of that cleaning actually helps us keep our compartments free of pests. So pests from outside will want to come inside and eat some of our material because it's nice and luscious for them, but we want to try to keep it out as best we can. So on a daily basis, they're working in these compartments, they're doing things to grow these plants and take care of them, like I said, and water them. Once we get to the end of the life cycle, so these plants behind me are probably about halfway through their life cycle. Once we get to the end, the plants will do something called senesce, or start drying down naturally. Once that happens, we'll go in and harvest these plants. We'll put them through a thresher, which means we can go from plants, use the thresher, and we actually get the seeds out. And the seeds are actually what we're going to either plant back in our greenhouse, or we'll be sending those out to a field. So that's what they do on a daily basis. So to see a bit more about our work environment, let's actually stop right in front of a compartment. So come along with me. So the first thing that you'll probably notice is I'm in shorts and a t-shirt and I have tennis shoes on. That's normal, and I'm actually a manager. So it's really nice for me to be able to just come out in the greenhouse and have on shorts and a t-shirt and a ball cap if I want to, and work in a really nice mid-80s environment. So whether it's summertime or wintertime, we're in shorts in a mid-80s in here. If it gets a little hot in the summertime, we can actually turn the lights off, we can cover the top, and cool it down a little bit for our employees to make it nice and comfortable. Everything we do in this facility is fully automated. So if you hear any noises happening, like a big shh, that's actually part of our automation system. It just happened right there. So that's part of us injecting CO2 or humidity into the compartment. When I talked about watering the plants and doing hand watering, I also said we do some automated watering, which you'll see through these spaghetti tubes here. So watering, fertilizing, adjusting the day lengths, that is all done by a computer system called Argus. So our team can actually sit on their computer, even at home, type in different scenarios or different environmental conditions or watering conditions that they need, and it'll adjust automatically for us. The other thing about doing everything automated is things can happen throughout the night, they can happen on the weekend, or if the power goes out, we have automated systems that make sure our plants are well taken care of. So we've talked a little bit about what we do within the facility, but I actually want you to see how big this facility is. So if you'll come with me, we'll actually head outside so you can see it. So we talked a little bit about inside the facility, but I wanted to come out here so you can see how big our facility is. This greenhouse behind me is 60,000 square foot. We actually have another 60,000 square foot greenhouse and a smaller greenhouse that's another 30,000 square foot that the team that I manage works across all three of these facilities. So I actually grew up on a farm here in North Carolina, and when I was in high school, I was a part of FFA. Being a part of FFA and working in the greenhouse there in my high school led me to a plant biology degree at North Carolina State University. I got a bachelor's degree there, and that's when I started in industry and working in things like this. What I've seen and done is you can move and start jobs even with a bachelor's degree. So my team lead role, my management role, I got with just a bachelor's degree. And then I decided to go back to school at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln to get a master's in agronomy. Because I work more in management and I work a lot with the business, I've now decided to go back to North Carolina State University again for the Jenkins MBA program, or a master's in business administration, where I'm working in marketing and leadership. So I can use those skills that I'm learning there to work with other divisions in the business. A lot of times, because I'm on the science side, I get brought in to speak science and help people in the business understand science. So if I can understand the business a bit more, it really just helps us communicate even better. Within the greenhouse, we've had people who were teachers who are now working in the greenhouse. We've had people with computer degrees who are now working in the greenhouse, and many people who were just general biology or general science who now work in the greenhouse and do very well. So there's many career paths, not only in the greenhouse, but across BASF that you can have. So advice I would give students is, first of all, when you enter the industry, you're gonna meet a lot of different people, and they're gonna welcome you with open arms, because that's just what the ag industry does. These people want to teach you, they want you to learn. A lot of things in the greenhouse, we actually have to teach you once you get here. Take all of that in. Any feedback that they give you, listen to it, and actually try to improve on those things, because if you're doing better and you're doing well as an individual, then our team does well. So that's why everybody wants to give you feedback and wants to help you learn and grow. You're actually also going to meet people from all over the business. One thing you can do here at BASF is we have a mentorship program where you can work with someone who's probably in a higher level than you, and they can sort of teach you things, and you can go to them for advice and teach you about the business. But you can also just do networking across the business. So get involved when you get into the industry in things outside of your job description, whether it's community service or working with a different department or working on a special project. You'll meet all these people and network, and you'll learn something from everybody that you meet. And just absorb that, learn, enjoy it, and then you'll see where your career goes. Because a lot of times it's those networking abilities and those things that you learn in special projects that you do that'll actually lead you to your next job. So thank you for joining us today here at BASF at our greenhouse for our career conversations. If you want to learn more about BASF, please go to basf.com. I talked about networking and getting to know people and working with people in the industry. So here in a second, you'll see my contact information. If you ever want to get in contact with me or have any questions or need any advice, please feel free. I'd be happy to talk to you.